to La Rats. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And today on the show, we're going to do what, Sean?
I think we're going to look at media streaming.
My favorite. Actually, you know what? I came across what I think is the gadget of the year.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you first. We're going to take a look at this message, and we'll tell you when we come back. So, have you been wondering during the commercial what my favorite gadget of the year is?
There's a ton of gadgets out there that could be the potential biggest gadget of the year.
Yes.
But you better tell me.
Well, I came across it the other day. An old friend of mine used to do the publicity for Handspring. And, of course, they were bought by Palm. In fact, you have the Trio. It's one of their products there.
Yes.
And it turns out that he's the PR guy for this company. And some of you probably know this, Slingmedia.
Yes.
So Slingmedia makes this fantastic product called the Slingbox.
Mm-hmm. I actually heard about the Slingbox at the beginning of 2005 at CES, but it didn't actually hit the store shelves until a little bit later than that.
That's right. So today we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to look at a couple of other streaming media options in the home that are actually relatively easy and straightforward to use. Mm-hmm. So should we get started by talking a little bit about the Slingbox?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
Come on, give me some energy here, buddy.
I'm really anxious to find out
see how
why you like this.
Okay. Well, so here's the idea, right? Okay. I mean, I'm a media junkie. I love my TiVo. I love DVDs and that sort of thing. But what gets frustrating, you have to travel, you go away, and that kind of thing, and you don't have access to your big screen television and your TiVo and all your shows and that kind of thing, unless you use your TiVo to go or whatever it is you choose to do. So what I really like to do is when I'm traveling, I would like to have my home entertainment system in my suitcase.
Wait a second, isn't this what the Sony location-free TV used to do?
This is exactly what the Sony location-free TV used to do, but it's better.
How's it better?
Okay, so let me show you, because it's most the easiest to get the wow factor if you actually watch what it does.
Okay, well first we should talk about what the Sony location-free TV did. It hooked into your media center,
yes.
And you had a pad. You basically took a tablet around with a screen on it, mm-hmm. And you could connect back to your home stereo system from wherever you were in the world.
Stereo system or a home network?
You connect from the network that you were connected to back to your home network, which would then connect to your television, your DVD player.
So you carry a little television monitor around, you take it wherever you go, and it connects back across the internet on a broadband connection, and you can actually watch anything plugged into your television. So the Slingbox works very similarly, except that what it does is it streams data and content from your home TV, mm-hmm. and anything that's connected to it out to any web browser in the world. So, for example, if you have your laptop with you and you're in, I don't know, Poughkeepsie, so you want to fire up your laptop, connect to a broadband connection, and then load up the client. So I'm going to show you what the client looks like right here. It's free and downloadable from slingmedia.com once you get the whole system set up. And you're literally going to go watch. So what's going to happen here is that it's going to go out on the internet, and it's going to go and find that Slingbox that is connected to my TiVo box back at home.
So you're saying you can actually do this from any computer that you have this client on, as opposed to having to haul around this screen with you?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So instead of taking your TiVo box with you. So it's not connected right now. I'm going to go full screen here, and I'm going to hit play. And so what happens is now it's going to go out to my television in my living room, which actually we're standing in right here, but the TV's over there.
Hey, it looks like you.
And what comes up, as you can see here, is, hey, it's me. And it's me on my new show, My Media, which is on G4 Tech TV Canada. That's recorded on my TiVo.
Shameless.
But as you can see right here, I have the TiVo remote. It looks exactly like my TV remote control. So as soon as I decide I'm going to push the TiVo button here, mm-hmm. That's going to send a signal across the internet all the way back to my television.
Your television just pinged.
And my television just pinged because my laptop just talked to it. Now, if I am out on the road, it's going to come back through the internet, through my home router, and actually talk to the television. It's And there you go.
Yeah, I noticed that popped up about 6 seconds later than it did over on your screen.
Well, and as you can imagine, some caching is required here, right? You're not going to get a live television feed on this because, of course, it's going to travel and it's going to catch up and it's going to deal with the speed bumps on the internet. So I'm just going to say, well, let's see what's on my TiVo here, and I'm going to click on select. So this is just like using your remote at home. In fact, this is actually the remote for the box itself, and so you have a representation of it on the screen. So as you can tell, I am a big MASH fan. I think I've talked about that for years. I'm going to go click, click, click all the way up.
Maybe I'll fight you for it over.
No, don't mess with it. And I'm going to say, oh no, wait. Okay, well, a Steve Martin movie. That's good.
You should have let me play with this.
Why? No.
Because I might have hit MASH.
No, exactly. So you're going to have to wait, and this was a 6-second delay or thereabouts. But I'm just controlling that box all the way back here at home, and I could be, as I said, Poughkeepsie, Hong Kong, London, England, or whatever it is.
So I guess the further away you are, the longer it'll take, maybe.
I suppose so, but really, I don't think there's going to be an enormous delay. You've got 6 seconds to play with here, and we're talking about milliseconds, about round-trip type of connections.
Yeah,
across
I guess no matter where you are, there's a lot of latency because it's heading out maybe even to a satellite before it heads back down, even when you're like right across the room from your television set.
That's right, exactly. One of the things that you have to keep in mind is that at home you'll need a broadband connection, right? Mm-hmm. So a DSL or cable. You'll need an upload speed, right? The download speed is very different from the upload speed on most services. So I think there's a minimum requirement of something like 256 megs per second. Mm-hmm. Not megs, excuse me, K per second, right? So if you have a really slow upload speed, you're going to have some difficulty in seeing this.
So you definitely wouldn't want to do this on dial-up.
No, dial-up is just not even an option, right? You can't even plug a dial-up. But on the back, for example, you will have, an Ethernet connection, and actually we'll take a look at that right now. So there's an Ethernet connection right there. Of course, there's power, and there's a component. Now, here's the problem with component connectors, is that you're not going to get high def signal, right? There's no HDMI yet. And if you don't want to connect to your TiVo box, of course, and you just decide I have a DVD carousel, and you want to access your DVDs, that could be a device you connect directly to your satellite television box or your cable box if you have that choice. So there you could be surfing, channels directly on your television at home. Now, mind you, you're sitting at home, right, surfing through, and I'm off on a trip. Now, if I try to control this and you decide to turn the TV on and play with it, then I'm kind of out of luck. I'll see whatever. Well, we'll be battling back and forth, right?
Right. So people that live together and one of them's off on a trip, you have to divide up your time properly in order to be able to watch while you're on the road.
Absolutely.
Right.
So it runs about $200 US, I think the box is. And then I want to show you one other thing about it, which is kind of cool. It's an add-on feature, but it's power line networking. So you can actually get a Slingbox-enabled power line kit. Then you're going to plug, that allows you to run the networking from your television, from your living room, through the electrical system in your home out to wherever your router
So it can be a local solution rather than just a remote solution as well.
Well, yeah, in fact, and that's, frankly, I don't travel a lot these days because I'm so busy writing my new books, the, Where is My Jetpack and Windows Vista Help Desk. But, so what I use is I use it as a remote solution so I can actually watch my TiVo in another room somewhere else in the house, which is really, really handy. And Matt's waving at me here.
I think he was mad because you pimped your book again.
I know. I said, well, I can't help it. I wanted to show you something. One of our viewers actually wrote in and said, hey, we want to see, actually, this is an idea to see the Slingbox for one of our viewers, but also there's a product called Orb, which somebody else mentioned as well, and I thought we'd show that as well, which is a slightly different solution. This is a piece of software you will install on your computer, and let me just pull it up here real quick. And so what it does is it will allow you to get any content off of your computer, pictures, audio, video, and access it using any from one device to any other device. So, for example, we could send videos on my machine, like let's see if we can find one that's kind of fun here. Oh, look! Let's look at Torrent.
All right.
Torrent, of course, is Amber MacArthur's new show on G4 Tech TV Canada.
Oh, there we go. Those guys look familiar.
So Torrent is this great new show that takes the best of video podcasts on the web, and of course, Amber kindly allowed us to appear on her show. So let's...
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you. And of course, her producer, Matt, who is our part-time director here at LabRats. So it's actually self-promotion for Matt directly. So there we are on Torrent. Now, so this is the kind of file you could actually play from this computer to any other
For more
computer
videos
that's
from
IP
LabRats, visit labrats.tv.
enabled.
And maybe if we're lucky, they'll even sell those cool Hawaiian shirts on their website.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, thanks, Amber.
I think you're wearing the same shirt even.
I am. This is my favorite Lab headshot. I think she just thinks she just dissed us. She just dissed our outfits. Anyway, I won't make any rude comments about Amber because she's a dear, dear friend of mine.
Plus,
Anyway.
if we make rude comments, we'll never appear on Torrent ever again.
No, so I just wanted to mention that real quick. So the web address for Orb, if you want to find out more about that software, is at it's orb.com, orb.com.
Yes.
And finally, anything else you wanted to add about the? I know you've played with some of the streaming media devices out there. What do you think about
Generally,
those?
these are very interesting because they actually take the media from your television and bring them to your computer wherever you are in the world, or from your computer to your computer. And a lot of the media sharing devices that I've seen over the last little while have actually taken media from your computer and moved them to your television. So it's interesting to see them going both ways.
Yeah, I know you tested. There was a D-Link product, and there was a Netgear product too. You tested?
Not Netgear, although
Linksys.
I'm sure they have them. Linksys has one, the D-Link has one, the DSM 320 I believe it's called, and it's a really nice product.
That's
It's
impressive.
set up like a component, so it'll fit in with your DVD player and all of that.
Yeah.
Creative has one. There was one from, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but...
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean, and we can't remember the name of it, but we'll put it up right here.
Yes.
So out of all the ones that you tested, because you've been testing those for Call for Help for a couple of years now, which one would you recommend to our viewers?
Well, the one I would have recommended was the one I can't remember the name of, which is it's just as well because it just went out of business.
It's really good.
It's really fantastic.
Right.
But no, there's a ton of those. I think the D-Link one is really nice. There's been a few people that have some issues with it, but I think you're always going to have some issues with media sharing devices in your computers, especially because of codecs. And that's one question I did want to ask you on this: is what codecs this would support? Is it strictly grabbing your screen, or is it working on a codec feature? Like, will it actually see anything?
For Sling Media.
Right.
Sling Media, yeah, it's a proprietary client, right? So you have to load the client from slingmedia.com onto your machine, but there's no codec issues. I mean, I guess it ships with a group of codecs already.
Because it's pulling from multimedia and encoding it for you.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's directly in the firmware. It's actually doing the encoding on the fly.
There you go. So you don't have to worry about that.
There you go. Quickly, a shout out to Wes and Darren at hack5.tv.
They actually covered this device in .org. Yes.
.org, hack5.org.
But yeah, Hack5, they actually did in episode 9, they actually looked at the VLC player. It's a media player that actually allows you to stream things over the internet. And they actually used a Trio 650 to control that from across the country. So like Darren and Wes were actually up here in Toronto recently, and they were using a Trio to control their media center back home.
Oh, that's cool. Well, there you go. So if you want to check that out, hack5.org. I just wanted to mention it because we saw him at a party at Amber's place the other day. So just shout out to you guys and check out hack5.org. Well, I guess that's it for us. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we will see you next time. See ya.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
So we're done? We did another episode. What are we going to do?
Andy, I remember what? It was the Prismic.
Oh, no, you told me.
Can we do this again?
No, we can't do it again. Oh, my God.